We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. Jury deliberations in the high-profile trial of the Squeegee kid charged with killing a driver are back underway. Why they were temporarily paused and what comes next. Former Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby is leaving the country ahead of her federal trial. We're going to look at the timing of it all coming up. And grab your water bottle and your sunscreen. We are on a weather alert as extreme heat moves over Maryland. Coming up, wind storms could also be added to the mix. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with the weather alert. We're under a heat advisory as the temperature soars to what could feel like triple digits, and high heat and humidity could bring with it storms. For a closer look, let's get straight to meteorologist Amy Aronson.
We are under weather alert today because of the high heat plus the humidity. We've got a heat advisory that takes us up through 8 o'clock this evening because it's going to feel like we're close to 106 today. We're already on our way there, feeling like we're in the mid-90s in some spots. Pretty uncomfortable stuff when you combine the heat plus the humidity. Actual temperatures make a run for the upper 90s, feels like triple digits today, and then we throw in that chance for some storms this evening. I think they fire up around 4 or 5 o'clock and will take us through the first part of tonight. We'll talk more about the timeline of the storms and how long this brutal heat wave is going to last in a couple of minutes on Fox 45 News Midday at 11.
Breaking news this morning, a jury finds the Baltimore man accused of killing his pregnant ex-girlfriend guilty of 2 counts of murder. Akia Eggleston was 8 months pregnant when she disappeared in 2017. Michael Robertson faces life in prison. A sentencing date has not yet been scheduled. Also just in, the man charged with murdering a 19-year-old security guard at Morgan State University has been convicted of second-degree murder. 21-year-old Chase Marco Wilson faces up to 60 years in prison when he is sentenced later this year. Julian Frew was working as a security guard at the school when he was gunned down in August of last year. Frew was a contracted security guard with Allied, who was working for the university. Developing now, jury deliberations are back underway in the trial of the teenage Squeegee kid accused of killing a driver. Tavon Scott charged with murder, accused of shooting and killing Timothy Reynolds during a confrontation at the Inner Harbor. Yesterday, juror number 5 called out sick with flu-like symptoms. The defense quickly called for a mistrial while prosecutors asked for deliberations to press on. Ultimately, though, the judge deciding it was still too early to throw in the towel.
I don't begrudge defense counsel for not wanting that. They're obviously, hoping for a mistrial. They're hoping that this is a holdout juror.
I knew that if we didn't make the request, the state would make the request and it would probably be granted. But if we did make the request, it would probably be denied.
Why would it be granted if the prosecution requested it, but not if you requested it? Are you saying the judge would favor?
I'm not saying anything, but we seem to know how cases go from time to time.
Well, the juror returned this morning, allowing deliberations to resume. With deliberations back underway, a verdict could come as soon as today. Developing now, former Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby is leading a retreat to Jamaica in October. She is advertising the trip on social media, but it is set to happen just 3 weeks before her federal perjury and mortgage fraud trial is scheduled to begin. Shannon Lilly takes a closer look at the retreat and questions about the timing of it.
Mosby seems prepared to sit beachfront in early October, but shortly after her return, she will sit before a jury and they will decide her future. And that's where our questions come in, because the law is clear. Anyone released back into the community while awaiting federal trial cannot knowingly leave the federal judicial district where they live without getting permission from the court or a probation officer. Now, it's not clear if Mosby got that permission, so we asked the court and so far have received no answer. Meanwhile, ads for her trip can be seen online.
Hey sis, Invest in Me Spirituality Women's Conference,
and the managing partner of Mahogany Elite Enterprises.
Mosby is planning to take 25 professional women to Jamaica for what she's calling an intimate, holistic, transformational experience. Now, the trip, as you just heard, is advertised through her Mahogany Elite Travel, which is one business at the heart of her 2 perjury charges. Federal prosecutors say Mosby lied when she checked this box on a form to withdraw $77,000 without penalty from her city employee retirement account, claiming she suffered COVID-related financial hardships. Court filings from January show Mosby's defense team claims she did plan to run her travel business before leaving office, but the pandemic ruined those plans. But that's the opposite of what Mosby's own spokesperson told Fox 45 News in 2020, saying Mahogany Travel was a long-term venture and she did not have plans to run it or any other business while in office. Again, we expect to get more answers during that federal trial at the end of October. We know jury selection is slated to begin on October 31st. In the meantime, we will continue to press the court to find out if Mosby has permission to go on this trip to Jamaica. Reporting this morning, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Well, 11:06 now. Here's our look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, we are learning the identity of the third person arrested in the murder of 17-year-old Elias Cieslak, who was shot and killed near the Fullerton Plaza shopping center in Overlea back in April. Baltimore County Police say 18-year-old Bryson Butterfly, a jockey from Virginia, was involved in the murder. U.S. Marshals say Butterfly was arrested in West Virginia earlier this month and is awaiting extradition to Maryland. Trending number two, an unmarked Baltimore police vehicle is now one of the more than 5,000 cars stolen in the city this year. Over the past 28 days, Baltimore police say they saw nearly 1,400 auto thefts. That's an average of 49 cars every day. Trending number three, President Joe Biden nominates former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley to be the next commissioner of the Social Security Administration. His appointment will come as concerns remain over the future of Social Security. According to the Congressional Budget Office, reserves for Social Security's main trust fund will be depleted in 10 years. Trending number four, Maryland callers appear to have been affected by a nationwide Verizon outage. Verizon says the outage is now over. Customers were not able to place a call from cell phones to landlines. 911 calls were not affected. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news and weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Still ahead, a new study finds how often you go could be linked to cognitive decline. We'll look at how constipation is being linked to brain function. And we are helping you send the kids back to school. We'll talk test prep and recent changes to the SAT. But first, concerns about Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell's health after he appeared to freeze during a speech Wednesday. What the senator is saying about it, that's just ahead.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
11:09 and taking a look at your social stream and the stories that are trending online. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is saying that he's fine after he froze in the middle of a Wednesday news conference and was unable to finish his remarks.
After finishing the NDA this week has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Are you good, Mitch?
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office?
Well, that pause lasted about 20 seconds before McConnell was ushered away. Now, he did return later and said that he was fine. The 81-year-old Kentucky senator tripped and fell at a hotel dinner in early March and suffered a concussion. He didn't return to the Senate for 6 weeks after that as he was being treated. A lot of reaction on social media about this one. Eric saying this will be presented as a GOP problem. Frankly, it's a congressional problem. Our senators and representatives are largely too old and unfit to continue this incredibly important work. It is irresponsible for individuals over the age of 75 to hold these roles. Someone else says, I disagree with everything Mitch McConnell stands for. That being said, I don't wish him ill. I really hope that his family followed up with a doctor's visit. GOP stating it was a dizzy spell is dangerous. He either had some sort of a seizure or a small stroke. And then one last one. He's 81. This is a man who needs medical help and should be in the hospital getting evaluated, not in the chamber of U.S. Senate. Mitch McConnell froze, looks very sickly, like he had a stroke. I'm a Democrat and send my prayers to Mitch. Well, an investigation is underway after a fire caused a high-rise crane to collapse in New York City. The crash sent pedestrians running for cover. The long arm snapped and went plummeting to the street below. The arm was carrying a 16-ton load. Incredibly, only 4 people suffered minor injuries. We watched this play out live yesterday morning. It was incredible. Abe says, I had just walked and passed right by there on my way to work. Crossed the street just in time before parts of the crane fell to the ground. Was lucky to have crossed the street. Yes, you were. Another person saying accident happened with 2 factors: unsafe acts, unsafe conditions. Well, a congressional committee holds a rare hearing on UFO sightings and other unidentified aerial phenomena known as UAPs. Members of Congress say they've tried to learn more information about UAPs in case they're a national security threat, but the Pentagon has stonewalled their efforts. Your reaction? Let's see. I'm so excited by this because I know that a million conspiracy theorists are ready to link every new detail to every one of their theories. And another one, yawn. So when do we see them? If you want to see the aliens and UFOs. Well, still to come, cocaine sharks. It sounds like the latest sci-fi movie, but marine biologists think it could be happening. How the animals are getting a hold of drugs coming up. But first, voting for change, why some Baltimore residents say they're fed up with current city leaders and why they're demanding change ahead of the election. And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. 11:13 now on Fox 45 News Midday. We are back now with a look over Towson as we are on weather alert. It is going to be another day of extreme heat with temperatures feeling as hot as 110. Coming up, meteorologist Amy Aronson will tell us how long the heat will last before we finally get some relief. Well, topping your local political news, some of the local races are starting to shape up for the upcoming election year. In Baltimore City, the current city council president, Nick Mosby, is looking to be reelected. Councilman Zeke Cohen is challenging him. Now, ahead of the election, some city voters say they're looking for change. As Olivia Dance shows us, many say they're fed up with current leaders.
Residents in Matthew Henson, which is one of the largest communities in Baltimore, are calling for change. They've created a report card and are asking all 36,000 residents to score how politicians have handled 20 critical issues in their community.
We think this will enable a voter to intelligently decide whether or not that person has done a good job or not done a good job.
I'm supportive of making a serious change in this community.
By grading politicians, organizers believe it will spur new candidates for public offices and new attention from residents when they go to the polls. With 10 months until Election Day, the clock is ticking. But in this West Baltimore community, residents are vowing to deliver change on Election Day. Their community, they say, depends on it, especially because of a lack of resources in their community.
Enough people have concerns about this neighborhood. We think they're going to come away with and say, we got to do more and better.
Voter turnout in the community is traditionally the lowest in the city, but residents believe their fight will prove to be productive. For now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News.
News is your back-to-school headquarters. If you're a parent helping kids get ready for college, things probably look a little different than they did when you were in school. Earlier this morning, we spoke with a college admissions and test prep expert about the changes that families are seeing when it comes to the SAT and the ACT.
Yes, so the biggest change will be with the SAT, where starting in March of 2024 for U.S. students, the test will be administered on the computer, and it's going to be an adaptive test, meaning students will start off with a section of moderate difficulty, and depending on how they do, they'll then get questions that are easier or more difficult. That enables the test to be shorter, so the test will be only about 2 hours in length instead of 3 hours in length.
Well, Fox 45 News is your back-to-school headquarters. We are compiling all of the things that busy parents need to know to prepare for a great school year. Just click on the QR code on your screen to check out all the stories we've posted so far. 11:17 and now to today's talking point, cocaine sharks. May sound like another far-fetched movie plot, but some marine biologists think sharks could be feasting off of bricks of cocaine dumped at sea by drug smugglers. They're now setting out to prove the theory as part of a new Shark Week documentary.
Sharks are intelligent creatures. They've gone up and touched it with the only thing they've got, their mouth, and taken a bite out of it. They would have got a hit of cocaine. So it sounds crazy, but the probability of it occurring is actually quite high.
Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now, as if sharks weren't scary enough.
Yeah, they say a lot of the sharks are getting hammered. Courtesy, dad joke, courtesy of Mark Clark. Yeah. Well, I mean, who wouldn't try cocaine? I mean, no, I'm joking.
Wait, what? Okay.
I'm playing. I'm just saying, where we have cocaine bears, now cocaine sharks. What is going on in the world?
What's going on with this chit-chat right here? I'm not sure. The thought of that, though, is scary because sharks in and of themselves, and we hear about, the sharks and the shark bites and everything, but imagine, so I don't know, is that going to make the shark more relaxed and like, I don't even need to bother you? Or
no,
is
it's
the
going to
shark
make them more ravenous. You're right. It has to be a movie. It's almost like, sharks on a plane or with a Coke.
But they're really invested, like they're doing experiments. They're putting fake bales of cocaine into that look like, the real things that get smuggled and dropped and all that kind of stuff to see how sharks interact with them. And they're giving them a fake, substance that makes them to see how they would react as if it were real cocaine. I mean, there's a whole lot going on.
But why, Patrice?
Because they say it's going to happen. So they want to be prepared and know how to.
Okay. All right.
Watch the documentary, Shark Week. All right, Mark. Well, let's get back to that weather alert that we are under a heat advisory. The temperature soaring to what could feel like triple digits. For a closer look, let's get right over to meteorologist Amy Aronson.
The brutal heat plus the humidity is here to stay for the next 3 days. For the next 2 days, we are aiming for a high close to 98 degrees. Heat index values well above that because of the humidity. For example, it's going to feel like 106 today, 110 tomorrow, even Saturday. Pretty hot stuff. Actual temperatures in the mid 90s, feels closer to 107 during the afternoon. So we've got a heat advisory ahead of us today because of the high heat plus the humidity. That means limit your time outside if you can because of the uncomfortable temperatures. We've also got a little disturbance that's going to be pushing in from the west. That's going to trigger some showers, even some storms later this afternoon and this evening. Future scan shows that happening later today now, 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening and continuing through the first part of tonight. Then we repeat this whole setup tomorrow. The heat, the humidity builds, and then we're tracking some late day showers and storms. Again, they're spotty. They don't send us much relief from the heat. It's not until Saturday that we're tracking a cold front. That's going to bring us another chance for some late day storms, and that's ultimately what's going to bring an end to this brutal heat wave. Slight risk for severe weather today, 2 out of 5 on our threat level scale. Main concern with any storm that develops would be damaging wind gusts. We're also nearing potential records over the next couple of days. The record for today at 101, tomorrow 103, and then 101 on Saturday. We're forecasting highs in the upper 90s to near 100 degrees. Now tomorrow we've already got an excessive heat watch posted. That's because it's going to be just a little bit hotter, feeling closer to 110 tomorrow. So same precautions. Stay hydrated, limit time outside. Weather alert today and tomorrow because of the extreme heat and the humidity and the chance for some spotty late day storms. On Saturday, all that stuff continues. Some spotty storms roll through. That's the cold front, and that's what brings us back to reality. So we are back in the upper 80s starting on Sunday, and that's where we'll stay through much of next week. So it looks like the first week of August, not quite as hot, with highs backing off into the mid 80s. Back to you.
Amy, thank you. It is Christmas in July. Coming up, why travel experts say now is the time to start thinking about flights. And a major shift in the housing market. We're looking at the new trends this quarter and what it means for buyers and sellers. And a big night of your favorite TV shows. First at 8, it's Alert. Then at 9, it's Stars on Mars. Then Fox 45 News at 10 and the late edition at 11. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. This summer, Sinclair is partnering with the National Diaper Bank for Sinclair Cares Summer Diaper Drive. Scan the QR code to help local diaper banks provide diapers to children and families in need. Donate today for a healthier future for our little ones. And if your family is struggling with basic needs for your baby, go to sinclaircares.com. Don't miss this. It may only be July, but you might want to start thinking about your holiday travel plans. Travel experts recommend you start planning your holiday trips in mid-summer. Travel site Hopper says the best time to actually book a holiday flight is between September and October, with prices about $100 cheaper than in the summertime. Sales of new homes in the U.S. fell in June for the first time in 4 months. New home sales dropped 2.5% to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 697,000 homes. The number is still higher by almost 24% from a year ago. Time now for your lunch break. A Rhode Island couple's appetizer turns into an engagement ring. The couple was eating oysters when they found a perfectly shaped oval pearl. According to jewelers, the odds of finding a pearl like this in an oyster is about 1 in a million. So they took it as a sign and they turned it into a ring and they got engaged. I like that. That's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle up next. Mark Clark, back to tell us what they're working on.
Thank you, Barbie Pink. Patrice, we're talking about first dates and red flags. Woman says her date asked to pop her pimple while on the first date. That's pretty gross. We'll get into that coming up on Be More Lifestyle. May I?
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle Live, Studio A, Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with comedian Ray Diva.
Hey, what's up?
Let me tell you right now, the Glam Squad is in here. Okay, you're going to want to dig deep into your closet or maybe make a trip to Goodwill. It appears the season's hottest fashion trends are actually from the 80s. Fashion experts say shoulder pads are back, as well as oversized blazers and biker shorts. Okay, parachute pants are back, neon-colored tights, and don't forget the Canadian tuxedo. It appears head-to-toe denim is once again trendy. Okay, look here, Ray Diva.
I never
you
left
and biker
the 80s.
shorts. Let's go.
Look, biker shorts and new hair. I never left the 80s with the shoulder pads or the baby hairs. It's just,
It's giving.
Yeah, so they catching up with me.
They catching up with you. You're setting the trend, and they're following.
Lady T, the neon, this was my time. The 80s, this is my time, okay?
Come on now.
So
Listen.
what do you think? Are you an 80s baby? Do you like the style?
So I am an 80s baby, and you know what? I could never get with the shoulder pads, but I'm trying my best with it, because, you know, my shoulders are already, too big. Anyway, but no, I do like the neon colors. I'm still getting adjusted to like the neon greens and stuff. Oh, come on. This is a nice little side view.
Nice.
So yeah, the neon colors look really good on our skin tone. As you can see with Ray Diva's hair, we're doing the neon today, and it matches my dress. We're going Barbie on y'all. Y'all have no idea. It's because the Barbie movie's coming out too.
Okay, enough, Lady T. Enough.
Oh, sorry about that.
And I have
apologize.
shoulder pads on right now. A young model is going viral over her TikTok about a recent date.
Those are just his shoulders, y'all.
I just went on a date and I got violently humbled by the guy asking. He was looking at me in my eyes. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna say I'm so pretty. He looked at me and he said, can I pop this? And wanted to pop a pimple on my forehead.
Becca Michi says in the caption she was flustered and actually let the guy do it. She says it was a first date and she's never met, and they met online and surprised by how much she liked him up until that moment. That's interesting. So now she let him pop the pimple.
Yeah. You complained about it, but you let him do it.
I feel like that's like a side.
That's a good man. That's a good man, yeah.
Right. I kind of feel like
it sounded like a keeper.
I think he's a keeper if you let him do it.
You can pop my pimples, yeah.
As a matter of fact, sounds like a love song. If you can pop my pimple,
I'll pop it for you.
Okay.
Is that what we do?
That's not what we do. Yeah, we are like lyrical geniuses. I would totally, I would definitely totally like do this. I would let a man pop my pimple. I love the popping video. There's
Lady T lets man pop pimple.
I love popping pimples.
Okay, well, we want you to, is this okay or are you grossed out? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. And at the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, we're going there. A new study finds how often you go could be linked to cognitive decline. The study from the Alzheimer's Association is linking constipation to brain function. The first of its kind study found those who go only once every 3 or more days had significantly worse cognitive function than those who went once a day. I'm going to say, I think Lady T's a once a dayer, and I think that the Ray Diva is a slow poke.
I'm a slow poke, and then me be full of crap, too.
Now, Lady T, am I correct? Are you a once a dayer? You look like a once a dayer.
I mean, I try to make it do what it do.
I think that is that's
I make it do what it do once a day.
It's not good because the colon is the root to all disease. So it's not good to not go every day, but everybody doesn't go.
Well, I see
and that's why they say
why
you do a colon cleanser, darling, so that you can get all that stuff up out of you. No, for real.
Well, I'm gonna live to be an old age because I go every time I eat.
My gosh, I have a friend like that. She goes every time she eats. I think it's so gross.
And I hate on my people that go every day. I'm like, why do you go every day? Like, how you do that?
Because that means you go in other people's bathroom when you.
Oh yeah.
That means you use other people's bathroom.
Don't go to the Fox 45 bathroom right now.
Don't go into the Fox 45 bathroom. It's hot and humid in there.
Ray Diva, well, once again, congratulations. Every month Ray Diva goes, y'all. Give it up.
Every month. And
all right. Every month.
August the 3rd, I'm at the Baltimore Comedy Factory. Come through.
Okay.
My hair is banging.
All right, come through.
Lady T, we'll see you later today.
We sure will. Spilling tea.
All right, okay, still ahead. Turn your old gold and jewelry into a cold, hard cash. Yes, coming up, how you can make the swap. And nothing ruins a fun day outside like pesky mosquitoes. Coming up, a way to keep them at bay. Stick around.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Whether it's camping or just fun in the backyard, mosquitoes really know how to ruin a good time. Stacey Bell is here with a new item to keep the mosquitoes away and make you feel better.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
Our family loves being outdoors, especially when the weather is nice, but mosquitoes are so annoying. So I found these stickers. I love these. It's a Buzz Patch mosquito repellent sticker and then the Magic Itch Relief patches. Now, the first thing you do, you take one of these little stickers when you're headed out to the beach or the pool or just outside or whatever, and you want to put it on your article of clothing that's closest to your exposed skin. So I like the sleeve. You could do it on a sock, and it's going to create a barrier around you to basically keep the mosquitoes away. This is all natural. It has a really fresh smell. It smells like citronella. There are some essential oils in here, and you get 60 of these in one package. So they're easy to just throw in your bag, throw in your kid's bag if they're heading to camp. The other one is the Magic Itch Relief Patch. Okay, so you take one of these, it's a grid, right? And if you do get a mosquito bite, you're just gonna attach it to your skin. Just stick it right there where the bite is, and it's going to stretch your skin and pull that saliva out of the lymphatic system. What that means is it stops the itching. This works for 30 seconds, works up to 7 days, and these mosquito repellent stickers start working immediately and work for up to 24 hours. So right now we're offering 20% off the natural patch. Just head over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Reyes Jewelry Exchange.
Reyes Jewelry Exchange on Main Street in Ellicott City has been Maryland's top destination to cash in gold, silver, platinum, and diamonds. I'm here with David Reyes, the owner. Man, tell me what you do here.
So I am a licensed precious metal dealer. I buy gold, silver, platinum, and diamonds, and that's all I do. So I do one thing, I try to do it better than everybody else, and I pay cash.
So if I have gold to sell, can you walk us through the process?
It's very simple. Call, make an appointment, I test it, I weigh it, I sort it all by the purity of the gold, and I do a little bit of math, and I pay you for it. It's very easy.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Why did you choose Main Street in Ellicott City?
When I started, gold had just started going back up a lot, and I was coming around to jewelry stores and trying to buy their scrap gold, and really nobody was buying gold, so I was getting a bunch of dead ends. And I actually locked my keys in my car while I was here in town, so I had an hour to kill waiting on the locksmith to open my door, and I found this shop and it said for lease. And I decided, since nobody else was doing this thing, that I would just open the storefront.
Other than your shop, which I know you love, what are the other reasons to visit historic Ellicott City?
So Ellicott City is 250 years old. We have the first passenger train station in America. There's lots of history here, and it's completely free to walk around and look and see the sights and have a great time. So I really love this town. It's safe, it's very friendly, it's convenient to a lot of things. We got lots of restaurants and really great reasons to be here. So I'm in an environment that I love.
How'd you get into the buying and the selling? Talk to us about that.
It's a family endeavor. I've got an older brother who's much older who was doing this as a after-school job when he went to college. And he's 17 years older than me. And I used to spend my summers with him, and we would just go around and buy and sell gold in Tennessee.
Wow, that's pretty
exciting.
exciting.
I've had my toe in the water for a long time.
So how can our viewers find you?
Well, I'm here on Main Street in historic Ellicott City. On the internet, ReyesJewelryExchange.com or DaveBuysGold.com. And if you've got gold and the need is great enough, I think you'll find me. There's not a bunch of people buying gold and paying cash for it. So if you really need some money and you got some gold, I'm your guy.
Thanks so much for your time, okay?
Thank you.
This summer, Sinclair is partnering with the National Diaper Bank for Sinclair Cares Summer Diaper Drive. Scan this QR code to help local diaper banks provide diapers to children and families in need. Donate today for a healthier future for our little ones. And if your family's struggling with basic needs for your baby, go to sinclaircares.com. Still ahead, Jason Aldean is at the center of a controversial new song, but that's not stopping him from performing in Maryland tonight. And Tom Brady has a new lady in his life after the split from Giselle. Lady T's going to share what this model thinks about it coming up when she spills the tea. There she is. It's time to spill the tea. This Tuesday, Lady T. It's only Tuesday? What's going on, Lady T?
Wait, no, it's Thursday.
I'm sorry, I'm excited.
Hey, fellow tea sippers. All right, so I love a good love triangle, y'all. Former NFL player Tom Brady is dating. Who is this new woman in his life, though? That would be Victoria's Secret model Irina Shayk. And his ex, Giselle Bundchen, is big mad about this whole thing. So a source told TMZ she is not too happy about this new pairing. The news was difficult and she was upset. But another source told Us Weekly that she's happy that he moved on, though. And he's obviously free to date whoever he likes, she said. Now, I just feel like she's just like, wait, everybody but Irina is fine. But anyway, Tom and Giselle continue to co-parent their children. I also heard that he was dating Kim Kardashian, but I guess that was a rumor, so I guess maybe he is with Irina. Anyway, listen, Mark, Tom Brady is reporting live from in these streets, apparently, because he is out here. He is out here. What is this man doing?
Well, what I love about celebrities is that they are terrible parents. Tom Brady's the greatest ever.
He is in these streets and he clearly forgot the kids.
Wait, why? You know why? You know what? You can't just chill. No, you got to be another model. Come on now.
He's got to do better, right? It could have been anybody else, but you picked another model. I agree with Giselle. I feel her. All right, up next, you guys. So Netflix has this new docuseries, right? And it's about women in hip hop. But the streaming service left Nicki Minaj out of it, apparently. Fans peeped the new trailer. They got excited. But then the Barbs noticed that there was no Nicki Minaj at all. So it's a 4-part docuseries. It's called Ladies First, a story of women in hip hop, starring Queen Latifah, Saweetie, Lotto, The Brat, and many more. Even MC Lyte and Remy Ma, Coily Ray, they all are in it. It discusses many female rappers and their rise to stardom. Now, it debuts on Netflix August 9th, but no Nicki Minaj, no Foxy Brown, not even Lauryn Hill, y'all. I don't know what happened here. Did somebody miss an email? What happened, Mark? How did these people get left out of it? These are like the goats.
Saweetie and Saweetie.
Saweetie, I'm talking tap in. Saweetie got in on it.
And see, I can't even say her name. Lotto,
no Big Lotto. Yeah. Put it on the floor. Lotto got in it. And of course, the GOAT, Queen Latifah, we bow down to her, of course, because her hair is always amazing. She always is.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
But I don't understand how Nicki got left off of this. I agree with the Barbs. I'm mad. Okay, up next, you guys, because it's Keys. Lauren. All right, so country singer Jason Aldean. The man is coming to Maryland, y'all. So he's trending because of his controversial lyrics on his song, Try That in a Small Town. Ooh, that felt gross to read. So he received so much backlash about the song, which reached #2 on the Billboard charts. Now, country music television has since pulled the music video. Womp womp. At his recent concert, he spoke out about cancel culture and how it's meant to ruin your life. Anyway, Aldean is performing at Merriweather Pavilion tonight, and if you're not feeling that vibe, that Jason Aldean vibe, guess what? Post Malone is in Baltimore tonight too. He's got a meet and greet at the Soundgarden in Baltimore, and DJ Pauly D, you remember him from Jersey Shore?
Wow.
He's at Power Plant Live, y'all, tomorrow night. So Mark, there's a lot of fun to be had in Baltimore, but this Jason Aldean thinks he should be taking over.
The thing was, I really think it was the video more so than the lyrics. It was weird. The video was, I think, what caused the problems.
I think it was a tag team effort. I think it was a tag team effort with this man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's a crazy. It's very controversial. So yeah. I
like the fact that you gave Pauly D some love.
Did you see that? I love me some Pauly D. Yeah, chips, laundry. I love me some Pauly D. Of course.
They don't get mentioned in the same sentence often. So
You're actually correct. That is true. All right, that's it for the tea for today. Now, y'all know what to do at home. Y'all got to go sip on all that tea.
And we're on a weather alert. We're under a heat advisory as the temperatures soar to what could be up to like 1 billion degrees. Let's talk to Amy Aronson.
Yeah, weather alert because the extreme heat plus the humidity. Upper 90s ahead of us for the next 2 days. Heat index values even hotter in the triple digits. Feels like 106 for us today, 110 tomorrow. Saturday just as hot. Actual temperatures in the mid 90s. Feel like temperatures close to 107. So we've got a heat advisory today because of the high heat plus the humidity. Limit time outside if possible, especially during the hot afternoon. We've also got a little disturbance to our north and west. That's going to trigger some showers, potentially some storms later today. They will be spotty and they will hold off until later. Latest update shows not until 4 or 5 o'clock this evening, actually. After that, we repeat this whole setup tomorrow. Hot and humid to begin, late day showers and storms, and then again on Saturday, same setup, hot and steamy, and then we get a cold front coming through, and that's going to bring us another round of late day showers and storms, but ultimately that's going to bring an end to this brutally hot stretch. For today's storm chance, we're under a slight risk for severe weather. That's a 2 out of 5 on our threat level scale. Any storm that manages to develop today will produce damaging wind gusts. We're also looking at the potential for near record highs over the next couple of days. For example, today record stands at 101. We're forecasting a high of 98, awfully close. 103 for tomorrow, and then 101 again on Saturday. Perfect pool days ahead of us here, but you're going to want to be in the pool in order to stay cool or in the shade. We have an excessive heat watch out tomorrow, actually. That's because it's going to be just a few degrees hotter, feeling closer to 110 degrees. Weather alert for the next 2 days because of this extreme heat and humidity. Take it easy. Take all the hot weather precautions. We even have that extreme heat through Saturday before that cold front comes through. That's what's going to cool us back down. We're back in the upper 80s on Sunday, making it the better day for outdoor plans. And it looks like next week we'll stay in the mid 80s, actually, through much of the week. Back to you.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by the American Optometric Association.
With the back-to-school season around the corner, it's a perfect time to look into your child's health. Joining us now to discuss back-to-school eye safety and the importance of regular eye exams, the president of the American Optometric Association, Dr. Ronald Benner. Doctor, how are you?
Good. Thank you for having me this morning.
Definitely. Can you discuss the impact of eye health on childhood development and learning?
Sure. The American Optometric Association believes that eye health and vision disorders can greatly affect a child's school and academic success. We know that 80% of learning happens through the visual system. So when there's detriments in that visual system, it can affect a child's ability for their academic performance, their athletic engagement, their social interactions, and even their self-esteem. Children, however, don't always know how to tell you that there's a problem or even if there's a problem. So we encourage parents to get their child into their local doctor of optometry for an in-person comprehensive exam to help them be successful in the classroom.
And how has the rise of screen time impacted eye health and vision?
Well, we've seen a dramatic rise in screen time over the last few years. It's estimated that children spend between 6 and 9 hours a day on their digital devices. That's a lot. That's a lot of visual fatigue for these kids. So we recommend practicing some good hygiene. Mostly follow the 20-20 rule, meaning that every 20 minutes looking at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds, letting the muscles and the systems relax and reset before going back to that digital device. We also encourage parents to actively encourage your kids to get off of those digital devices. Recent studies have shown that if we can get children outdoors for 2+ hours a day, there seems to be a lower instance of myopia and a slower progression of myopia development.
And why is it so important for children to receive regular in-person eye exams?
Well, the schools do a good job with the screenings, but unfortunately those screenings only test about 4% of what a comprehensive eye exam does. And vision is more than just 20/20 at 20 feet. Vision, we want to test the ability to focus, to flex, to basically make both eyes work together, binocularity, teaming, and we also want to look for eye health diseases. And your local doctor of optometry can diagnose 270 diseases just during that eye exam.
And of course, Doc, where can we go for more information?
We'd encourage parents to go to AOA's Doctor Locator, found at aoa.org/I-deserve-more. Schedule with a local doctor, get your child in for that comprehensive in-person eye exam, and help your child be successful in the classroom this year.
Thanks so much for this powerful information, okay? Coming up, what a woman says a guy asked her on her first date that has the internet. A young model's going viral over her TikTok about a recent date. She says the guy asked to pop her pimple. Becca Mickey says, I'm sure I said that wrong, says in the caption she was flustered and actually let the guy do it. We wanted you to tell it, is this gross or okay? The majority say, yes, this is gross. We got a great show lined up for tomorrow. Could ditching human waiters for robots help offer a more personalized experience when dining out? So we have with a robot, not people? Well, we'll find out. We'll talk about the AI-powered robots that could do just that coming up. And coming up on Friday's show, we're going to have a great show. Okay.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And thanks for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great one.